Welcome to my channel and another edition of the Dollhouse Makeover Collab. This one's titled Summer Vibes. It's become increasingly difficult for us to find the Dollar Tree dollhouses, so this one's going to be special. It's opened up to any type of dollhouse makeovers. I've left a playlist link below so you can easily check the other ladies in this collab. And a special thank you to Melissa of Melissa Makes It DIY for hosting. The dollhouse I'm using came from Goodwill for 50 cents. Originally it was brown and tan and looked kind of like a log cabin. I sprayed it with some Rustoleum 2X flat white spray paint for a primer. And yes, I made some cobwebs pop out that I didn't know was there. I'll clean those up. Anyway, what I want to do is on the front, I'll decorate it as a residential house. On the back, I want to turn that into an ice cream shop. And I'm going to start right there on the back. For the base or the color for the siding, I'm going to use Folk Art acrylic paint in the color Baby Pink. I'm not going to be too careful about going around the windows at the top because they're going to be covered up mostly. I do want to try to keep that white paint around the window at the bottom and the door. And here I'm showing you how I'm going to make a little sign, and it's going to go over those windows. And I'm gluing together some popsicle sticks. I used my square to get them even and glued together 4 of those popsicle sticks, or craft sticks, you might say. I held them together right there, put some hot glue on, and then stuck a piece of the large craft stick on there. I had planned to only use a large craft stick for the sign, and I thought this would be kind of a neat little frame or base for that. I wanted to also make some little awnings to go over the door and the window at the bottom. So I'm just measuring out how many of these craft sticks I need on each. I think it was 6 on the door, 3 on the window. Again, I'm going to use my square to get them all even out. And then what I want to do is take some tape and mark at 1 inch for those going over the window. I'm going to cut them down to 1 inch long. And then for the sticks that are going over the door, I'm going to measure out to 1.5 inches for that. And then for extra security, I'm going to put some hot glue at the back end on those. And then what I'm going to do is use my little mite table saw to cut those off straight. Just going along that line of the tape that I made. I realized that I probably should have put tape on both sides of where the saw was going to be, but another live and learn experience there. And now I can square those up again and put a piece of the large craft stick with some hot glue on it on the back side there. To cover those holes that are on the house, which obviously is from a missing piece of the porch, I would say, I'm going to use a little strip that I've had left over of this Hobby Lobby paper that has a sprinkle pattern on it. And I cut it to size to go all the way across that side. ModPodged it down. And that little scrap that I cut off before, it fit perfectly to put it on the bottom of the door. I just cut that little piece in half and Mod Podge those right there on that bottom section. Don't you love it when things work out in your favor like that? For the awnings, I chose some really bright colors, and there you can see them lined up, what colors I used. The sign, I'm going to paint all white with Waverley chalk paint. And then I'm going to use some blue sticker letters to spell out ice cream. I don't remember if these came from Dollar Tree or Dollar General, but there's some really cute puffy foam letters. And I'm going to be layering that sign on top of the planks. Since I used the blue letters, I'm going to omit that color of blue and just use the other 4 colors on there. My daughter made me a super cute ice cream cone out of air dry clay for decoration on the ice cream shop. I'm going to paint it up to look like chocolate ice cream. Then I used my paint markers to make dots and dashes to look like sprinkles on there. And I added a cute octopus to the roof. Because in my mind, this is a cute seaside ice cream shop. Doesn't that look very welcoming with all the bright colors? I'll be decorating the other side to look like a beach house. First, I removed the porch and railing to make things easier. I've chosen 2 colors of paint to go on there. I'm going to start with the folk art paint in the color patina. I'll be covering the front and both sides with this color and leaving the white around the windows and door. For the porch, I used some Hobby Lobby paper that I had picked up. I thought it had a really neat look of concrete that had been painted over and over in different colors and worn down in more spots than others. And basically, it was just a bunch of cutting, measuring, and cutting and measuring to get it right. I left a little bit of white around the edge where the railing's going to be, and I left the steps white as well. I just brushed on some ModPodge where I was going to put the paper and laid it down and stuck it down, and that was it. I took the color khaki and did a little bit of dry brushing on the shingled roof to make that detail come out more. It looks kind of like little cedar shakes, and I did that on the back side as well. And I used the same khaki color to go over those rocks that are around the bottom. And then I dry brushed over the patina color paint with apple barrel paint in the color Cloudless. Now for the details. I took out some ribbon. This I picked up at Hobby Lobby, I believe. And I thought it'd be cute to make some little beach towels to hang over the railing. Like someone had just come in from the water, dried off, throwed their towel over the railing to let it dry. I took a lid off of my spray deodorant and glued it onto a large button to create an urn. I put a little tape on the bottom before I glued it so it wouldn't come through on my craft desk. And then I just filled it up with some Spanish moss. Packed that in there. And then I took the ends of some, I think this is an airplane plant maybe that I got from Dollar General. I just took a couple of those little sprigs off and glued them into the top. And it made for a cute potted plant for the porch. And I glued it to the corner to begin with, but later I decided to move it. You'll see that in the final reveal. My hanging baskets did not turn out well, so this was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. I wanted something hanging in on the railings of the porch, so I'm just creating a little 4th of July decor with some red and white twine and blue baker's twine. I added some stars on strings like so, tied at different lengths. And then I cut that off at a diagonal, cut the excess off the top, and then glued it into an opening on the porch. I didn't like that the craft stick was still showing, so I got some solid red ribbon and glued right over the top of that using some tacky glue. I want to add some more patriotic decor, so I took this ribbon that's from Hobby Lobby, and it's a good tough gross grain feel ribbon, and I wanted to cut some pieces to look like little buntings under the windows at the top. And then I also cut a couple of strips, one to go on each side of the door to look like I don't know what you'd call that, a banner maybe. Anyway, I thought it was cute, and I thought it'd give it a little pop of festive 4th of July look, because there's family vacationing at this beach house right now, having so much fun. Since my hanging planters didn't turn out right, I took the flowers off of those and glued on the front there a couple of little pieces. And there you'll see my little pieces of ribbon at the side thrown over to look like beach towels drying. The failed project of the potted plants, I just set them down on the porch there. And I think it turned out pretty darn cute. Let me know what you think. Here's a last look at the ice cream shop. Be sure you go over and check out all 7 videos in this collab to be entered into a giveaway by my friend Jackie over at Crafting in Mimi's World. You must watch and comment on all 7 to enter. Thank you so much for watching my video, and if you had a favorite side of my dollhouse, let me know in the comments. Until next time, bye-bye.